to my channel. Today I'm super excited. If you are new here, then you would not know that fall is like my jam. And I feel like I'm kind of wellish known here on YouTube about my fall content. Now granted, last year I did go into labor and I still put up some fall stuff, so if you want to see, I do have like some complete, just all the fall vibes playlist that I can link down below in the description box for you guys to see. It is August and it is early, even for me. I typically decorate for fall early, even before YouTube ever came about, but August is still early. I have noticed some other content creators, influencers, YouTube video people have already put up fall decorations. I'm not hating on them at all. You know what? It's their house. It's their time, their dime. You let them do whatever they want to do, but I'm not doing that just yet. But I did want to embrace some of the fall because here on the coast of the Carolinas, or maybe it's been all of the Carolinas, I don't know, but we've had some really cool, crisp, like fall mornings, and I have absolutely loved it. What I've been doing is going out with my coffee in the morning, just sitting out there with the dogs, letting them run wild like they've lost their ever-loving mind, and getting some inspiration, or some pinspiration, shall I say, from Pinterest. And I have been putting some things together, and I thought, you know what? You guys love on Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, you should. You love when I chat all things like decor inspiration and I share where I got an idea from, and most of the time it's from Pinterest. So I thought, hey, let's sit down, let's grab us a coffee, and let's go over some fall decor ideas. But before we get started, you guys have been asking for some coffee recipes. So today I did share how I made this coffee, and we shall call this the Lucy latte. So here's how I made it. Coffee in hand, let's get to it. I have made a Pinterest board, and I'm actually going to, I had the idea this morning to take it even further in case you guys, of course, not everybody has the same style. A lot of you do share the same style as me, which is probably why you come to me, because you know, you share the same style, so you want some ideas. But I thought that it would be really cool if not only did I share my ideas for what I'm planning on doing to our home this year for fall, but also include some other ideas. No matter what your style is going to be, I'm going to have them all organized within this one board. So I will have this board linked down below, and you can follow me on Pinterest, or you can just follow that board for inspiration. I am Pindiana Jones. I am the Pinterest queen. You can ask anybody that knows me. They know I'm obsessed with Pinterest. It is super organized. I love it. I always have so many ideas, and I feel like it's helpful to just wrangle everything together and put it right there. Today, we're only going to go over what I'm planning for our home, which is kind of different from anything that I have ever done before. Kinda and kinda not. I feel like, of course, you change as you get older. I mean, your taste kind of evolves, and that's totally fine. I have seen some people be totally brutal to other people that have put up like home tours or whatever, and they're like, oh my gosh, you just spent so much money on, you know what, if they got the money, honey, let them spend it. You have to realize all of the things that our eyes are seeing within that year span before, you know, you get ready to decorate again. And you might not want that bright orange glittery pumpkins you had out one year, or you might be over that teal blue. You got all the teal blue pumpkins, and now you're like, why did I buy them teal blue pumpkins? Now I want this. You know what? It's totally fine. I will say, even though my taste has evolved with decor, I always tend to go on the more traditional side, and that's with any of my decorations, more specifically like seasonal stuff. So with fall, I cannot I cannot not decorate with some kind of orange. But this year, I'm thinking that I want to do very simplistic because we are still in the house hunting market. We haven't totally given up. Now, after fall, if we still haven't found anything, I'm just going to call it quits until 2021 because I don't want to be moving in the middle of like Christmas or all of that stuff. We would just stay here and, you know, start fresh in the new year. But if the Lord sees fit and he sends us a house during that time, I'm not going to question Jesus. I'm going to say, okay, Lord, I see you. Thank you. Bless you, Jesus. And I'm going to just go on. And we just going to have to do what we got to do. But, you know, ideally, that's how it's going to go. I don't want to go like crazy with the fall decorations just in case we find something and we have to put our house in the market. And I don't want them to walk in and look like pumpkin spice threw up in my house, you know? But of course, I don't want to take my decorations down. I still want it to be like really homey and them to get that feeling when they walk in if we do have to tour, you know, our home to sell at that time. So I wanted to keep it simplistic, but still fall. So I don't want to do like the totally like all dyed, dead, whatever leaves, you know, like the brown. Our leaves don't, we still got greenage outside, you know? So I still wanted to keep that. And because if I keep that, then I don't necessarily have to get rid of all of my greenery that I have. Like you can see this back here. This first inspiration here, I love, I want to say these are like olive leaves. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. I even think I see olives on the stems there. I really like those. I like the color that they are because they're like a deeper, like off green. They're not like as, these aren't bright green back here, but that's more of like a muted tone. I really like that. And plus you can see it alongside of the leather pillows, which I do have those. I leave them up all year round. I prefer to do that. It gives it a little bit of texture and breaks it up and also brings some warmth in here because they are more of like an orange tone leather. So I think this will be perfect. Love the different combination of pillows that they chose. And you can see a tiny little pumpkin there. So it's very simple, but you can still see that it is fall. Now this little basket here with the wheat and the, we call them cattails. Y'all tell me what you call them, the little thing with the little, what you call it. But the pumpkins are still very neutral. There is like an orange pumpkin down in there. I just love that combination. I don't think I would have ever thought to put the wheat and the pumpkins like a little bit of like a, looks like a burlappy, almost linen blanket sort of spilling out the side of that basket. I love that combination. These stems here is pretty much what I'm thinking as far as like any of my foliage. Would that be the right word? Any of my florals. Last year I did more of like burgundies. Of course I still did my oranges because I got to do my oranges, but I did bring in some burgundies and I'm not totally against the burgundies. I actually do have my fall centerpiece still on my table because I just loved it for all year round, but I think I'm going to stay away from those burgundy tones and go with this. Love the way those look. That's pretty much where the inspiration came from, was just seeing all of those next to each other. So this centerpiece here, I love it. I love it. It's super simple. You still see that pumpkin, and I'm pretty sure that's a live pumpkin. I've never decorated with those. Now, granted, that's one thing that's kind of smart, but also kind of not smart. It all depends because, of course, once it's dead, you got to throw it out. But it also means you ain't got to store nothing. So a part of me is almost tempted to get a real pumpkin, just so when the season's over, I can just chunk that thing out in the field somewhere and call it a day. And I ain't got to put it up. But I do love that wheat. I'm almost 100% sure that I bought some last year or year before last, so I should not have to get any. Fingers crossed. I know how I am. So I just love how simple that is, but it just embodies fall. I'm getting super like hocus pocus vibes. I don't know if it's the pot that the wheat is in. Almost looks like a cauldron or something. Like, I don't know. I just love that together. If y'all have seen my home before, you know, good and well, I don't have no mantle. So why did I even pin this? Because I want a mantle. I want one so bad. I have wanted a fireplace probably my entire life, especially for seasonal decorating. I think it is just such a show-stopping piece to be able to decorate each season. And if I had one, this is what I would do with it. But I still wanted, I was still able to take some inspiration from this because once again, that's my color scheme that I want to go for. It has some of that greenage, greenage. It has the pampas grass, and it also has more of those like weedy brown tones within that photo. So a lot of times I might not even necessarily use a photo as inspiration, but I'm pulling from like the color scheme that they're showing and the different textures. And I really love that. This one here is exactly what my brain, I guess, was thinking as far as like the orange tone. Like I don't want it to be like that real bright, in your face, like Harley Davidson orange, like ridiculous orange. I wanted it more of that muted, washed out orange, and these two pumpkins here are absolute perfection. And then I love being able to see it along with the white, because we do have a lot of white cabinetry. We have it in here and in the kitchen. Now I'm not decorating the kitchen. With my fall decorating, I only limit it to, you know, the main, like living room, dining room. That's about it. Christmas, I just sort of spill out all throughout the house. So I was able to see what that greenery would look like, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to find some kind of greenery like that and put it here on the entertainment center. I think that would look really good. Those pumpkins I just love. I'm really hoping that I have pumpkins that color. A good thing about pumpkins is if you get them made out of a certain kind of material, you can always paint them. So if you want to just repaint your pumpkins every year, you can do that. Here's another. I love looking at things like this because it just gives me such inspiration, color, texture, all the things. I just love looking at all of those together. I have no idea what half of that is, but I love it. Another little kitchen centerpiece idea. Love this too. I love that vase that they have all of the stems in. Really reminds me of the one that I have there in the dining room. That one's just more of a matte, almost charcoal gray, and mine's more of a shiny ceramic black, or whatever you want to call it, but it's very similar in shape, and I'm obsessed with what it has sticking out of it. And I'm sitting here looking at mine, I'm like, should I take it out and put that in there? Another good thing about this kind of centerpiece is that you could definitely leave that up year round. That's what I like about a lot of this stuff, because I can utilize it more than just in the fall. I don't know if that's a real pumpkin or not, but it's so cute. It's very simple. You get the wood from the little cutting board down there. You have the candle, which, by the way, y'all know I am on the diffuser train right now because my allergies just could not withstand my beloved Bath & Body Works candles anymore. I'm on the hunt for a candle that I can stand for fall and Christmas, because I just feel like you have to have a candle. You just have to. You know, last year I still had candles, even though it was about to kill me. I still burn them. So I'm on the hunt to find like complete like natural soy or coconut wax based candles with a specific kind of wick that when it burns, it's not going to emit anything into the air. Like, I am on the hunt. And if you know of this candle that I'm speaking of, which I don't, comment down below, down there in the comments. Let me know if you know about this candle, because I am on the hunt. I just feel like it just sets a mood. Like, I do have a diffuser that has like that candlelight effect. It ain't the same. It just ain't the same. It's a crackling wick. So I'm on the hunt. Clearly, I'm obsessed with the way this greenery looks. It's like super light and airy, yet it takes up space. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of times you can pick certain things and it just looks heavy. Like if you were to do like a dried leaf and berries or something, like, yes, it's very fall and it is very pretty, but I feel like it's still sort of heavy. This greenery here is very light and airy and like whimsical looking, and with the stacked pumpkins on top, super, super cute. Another very airy, I guess this is eucalyptus. I love how it's just sort of spriggly out of that base. But then you're still getting those warm fall vibes. See, that's what I want. I want it to look and feel warm without it being like ridiculous orange and heavy flannels, you know? Like, I just want it to emit that warmth. And I feel like bringing out like wooden tones and, you know, like the wicker baskets and a certain color pumpkin is really going to give me that effect. I'm obsessed with this little collage of I guess like terracotta vases, and they have like an aged effect on them, and the wheat cattail greenery combination inside of it is everything. Imagine at a fall sort of bohemian wedding, seeing something like this on both sides of like where you're getting married, like the wedding altar or whatever. Amazing. Freaking amazing. Absolutely obsessed with that. That is such That is so beautiful. I hope you guys were able to get some kind of inspiration and get an idea of what I'm thinking for fall. Also hope that you make this and you thoroughly enjoy this. I am, yeah, it's still good, even though it's like lukewarm at this point because I've talked so much. Let me know down below what you have planned for your fall decorating this year, if you've already decorated or if you're holding out. I am holding out until the beginning of September. That's what I do. That's when I typically decorate, because then it stays up forever if you decorate earlier. I will say that I will be tiptoeing into more Halloween decorations probably next year, just because I think it's fun, and I'm not into that like spooky, devilish. No, I like the childlike, really fun and whimsical Halloween decorations. So because my daughter will be 2 years old next year, I think she'll be like really into like different things, and she'll be able to like love it and enjoy it more. So I probably will start doing that next year, and I have no idea when to do that. Do you decorate for fall and then Halloween, or do you do your Halloween and then do fall for Thanksgiving? See, I've only ever decorated for fall, so I have no idea. So also let me know that down below in the comments. I know I got another whole year before that, but I just like to be ready. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm so excited to share more fall decorating with y'all. I'm gonna do a clean and decorate with me, and I'm also gonna do a fall tour. And within that fall tour, I plan on giving you more coffee recipes. I'm going to give you 2 more, an iced version and a hot version, both fall inspired. So make sure to come back for those videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing before this is over. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know. I hope y'all have a beautiful and blessed day, y'all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.